Hello, my lovelies. I hope you're all well. So, over here in crazy old Britain, a story has hit the headlines about a court case. And it's an interesting one. So let's take a look, shall we? Head teacher at Britain's strictest school, which won High Court battle over prayer ban, questions why Muslim pupil received £150,000 in legal aid to fight her case and says family may bring further legal action. So let's take a look at this. Why was there a court case about a prayer ban in a school? Why did a Muslim student take this school to court to try and win the privilege to pray during school time? So, a pupil took action against the school in Brent, North London. She claimed the prayer policy was discriminatory and uniquely affected her faith. As we all know, Muslims have to pray 5 times a day. So that would, I imagine, interfere with the school day. And this Britain's strictest head teacher lady was having none of it. So, the head teacher at a school, which won a High Court battle over its ban on prayer rituals, has questioned why the Muslim pupil received £150,000 in legal aid to fight her case. Very valid question. That is taxpayer money. Why are we using taxpayer money to fight private court cases against schools, state schools at that? In a ruling on Tuesday, a judge dismissed the Muslim student case against Michaela Community School's prayer policy. The pupil, who cannot be named for legal reasons, has claimed the North London's free schools stance on prayer rituals was discriminatory, but Mr. Justice Linden ruled it did not interfere with her rights to religious freedom. Of course, pray in your own time. In a lengthy statement issued after the ruling, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your last name. The head teacher, Catherine, the founder and head teacher of the school, once dubbed Britain's strictest, defended its approach. Now, she's called Britain's strictest head teacher because basically she enforces rules and common decency. She also asked, can it be right for a family to receive £150,000 of taxpayer-funded legal aid to bring a case like this? She claimed the pupil's mother, who helped her daughter bring the case, intended to send another child to the school. So the teacher alleged, at the same time, this mum has sent a letter to our lawyers suggesting she may take us to court again over another issue at the school she doesn't like, presumably, once again, at taxpayers' expense. A representative for the family said the figure included in the statement was incorrect, with the pupil's capped legal aid cost being lower than the sum. Oh, well, that's all right then. That's okay then. You shouldn't be using taxpayer money for this stuff. But they did not comment on the suggestion of further legal action, of course, because they want to. They highlighted that the judge had said the case raises issues of genuine public interest in circumstances where the school's approach has come into conflict with the religious perspective of an important section of society. Elsewhere in her statement, the teacher said if our families did not like the school, they would not repeatedly choose to send their children to Michaela. At the 2 welcome events all parents must attend before sending their child, I run through everything that makes Michaela different to other schools. Constant supervision, family lunch, silent corridors, no prayer room, easy ways to get detention, strict uniform, etc. So you see why it's called Britain's strictest school. I mean, it's not. Some of the private schools will be far stricter. If parents do not like what Michaela is, they do not need to send their children to us. The pupil said in a statement issued by the law firm Simpson Miller after the ruling that the school was very well run and generally very good at managing everything, but felt that I did the right thing in seeking to challenge the ban. This seems like it's all the mother, doesn't it? Her mother said, my daughter's impassioned stance compelled me to support her and I stand firm in that decision. Enough with the religious bullying. You know, it only ever comes from one particular religion, doesn't it? Let's face it. If you need to pray 5 times a day, then you need to, either attend a Muslim school that allows that, or a different state school that will allow that, or homeschool, Her courage in pursuing this matter fills me with pride, and I'm confident she's gained invaluable lessons from the experience. Yes, she's learnt failure, which is an important lesson. Dan Rosenberg, a lawyer at Simpson Miller who represented the pupil, said, obviously the result was not a result that our client wanted. You've still been paid though, mate, haven't you? Our client wanted, but given the strength of her feelings, she did not feel it was right to merely accept the situation. But you knew before you went to the school, After the ruling, an impassioned teacher said, schools should not be forced by one child and her mother to change its approach simply because they've decided they don't like something at the school. 100%. 100%. The former government social mobility czar spoke out after the student took legal action against the high-achieving school. This is it. It's a good school. Claiming the policy was discriminatory and uniquely affected her faith due to its ritualised nature. Are you going to have to go to a different school then? The pupil claimed the school's stance on prayer, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, unlawfully breached her right to religious freedom and was the kind of discrimination which makes religious minorities feel alienated from society. Really? But the school argued its prayer policy was justified after it faced death and bomb threats linked to religious observance on site. I mean, totally valid then, isn't it? Right? The ban was introduced in March last year after 30 students began to pray in the school yard using blazers to kneel on, with the rules imposed due to concerns about a culture shift towards segregation between religious groups and intimidation within the group of Muslim pupils. Yeah. In a written ruling issued at the High Court in London this morning, Mr. Justice dismissed the pupil's arguments against the prayer's ritual ban, but the judge upheld the student's challenge to a decision to temporarily exclude her from the school. The pupil said they were obviously very disappointed, having tried my best in the case. The pupil's mother said she was profoundly dismayed by the case's outcome. Then send your child to a different school. The judge said there was a rational connection between the aim of promoting the team ethos of the school, inclusivity, social cohesion, and the prayer ritual policy. He added the disadvantage to Muslim pupils at the school caused by the prayer ritual policy is, in my view, outweighed by the aims which it seeks to promote in the interests of the school community as a whole, including Muslim pupils. Yes, because the last thing you want in a school is segregation. Segregation is going to happen naturally anyway. You see it across race lines, for example. You'll also see it along class lines. It just happens naturally. You don't want to keep adding more into that self-segregating thing by adding religion into it as well. Wow, it was an 83-page judgment dismissing the student's case. They knew that the school was secular, and her own evidence is that her mother wished her to go there because it was known to be strict. Well, there you go. Honestly, on the one hand, you want your daughter to attend this school because it is a really high-achieving school, and you know it is strict, so you know that there is a good standard of discipline. And then on the other hand, you're going to say, well, hang on a minute, I don't like one of your policies. We're going to use taxpayer money to take you to court. Make it make sense. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this situation. Do you send your child to a very strict school? My daughter attends a girls-only school. It is fairly strict, but it's also a lovely, nurturing environment for the girls. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with the pupil, or do you agree with the head teacher? And I'll see you very soon.